don't go to church. Yeah. We go to church by dodging out to go to church. Hi everyone, how you all doing? So today I'll be sharing a testimony with you guys on how I knew that there is God in heaven. There's a great man up there, that heaven and hell is real. Yes, how I find out that God is real. Because as a child growing up with my mom and siblings and my mom's husband, we happened to, how do I put it? Like we don't go to church. Yeah. We go to church by dodging out to go to church. I don't know how to explain that. Like my mom goes to church, but we sneak out of the house, or we quickly go to church before our husband comes back. Because he's a man that always say pastors are fake. Yeah, he always say pastors are fake. Church is in the hearts. That's how he says it. I believe that, okay, pastors are not fake for the fact my mom is going as a child. That means whatever my mom is doing, because she's my best friend then, yeah, then because she's late now. My soul rest in perfect peace. So I, okay. She being my best friend and we going to church all together, I believe whatever she's doing is the right thing. So I go to church with her, I sneak out with her to go to church. But not until when something happened. My mom became sick, and then I said there was no God. That if there is God, how as much as my mom served God, I saw her put in her effort and all of that. That why would this God she's serving neglect her and allow her to be this down? Like when I mean down, if you watch the previous video, I talked about wives should be careful to be wise. I explained what happened to my mom there a bit, so you can go see that video. So I questioned God. I was like, if there is God in heaven, show me that you are there, because at this point there is no God. So, when someone is sick, they could just come gather together and say, let's be praying for the person to get well and all of that. I don't join them in the prayer as a child then, could remember. I don't join them in the prayer. I keep saying there's no God, because my mom's sickness took us backward a lot. When we left private school, we were born with silver spoon. Properties started as in they started selling properties for her to get cure, like for get money for treatment and all of that. Getting me myself getting disconnected from the set of friends and class and level I was back then as a child. So all of this gets to me so fast that I said there was no God. So on one fateful day, I can never forget about it, because I came here to share it, because I know there could be somebody somewhere feeling that there is no God. There could be somebody somewhere thinking, I'll have any reason why he or she feel that there is no God. But trust me, don't allow anyone to deceive you. You might not have an encounter with God just as I did, but trust me, there is God. So that night, one fateful night, I slept off, and midnight of it, I had an encounter with God. Like he spoke to me. If they do see God through the dream, I would have seen him in the dream. The voice was so loud. Like if they are the whole speaker in this whole wide world, it's not enough. Like his voice is so loud. I fell on my knees, like on a desert, like the place was just, yeah, a form of a desert, like a clear ground full of nice dust, just like Sahara desert, something like Dubai stuff. So that's how the revelation was. And then I fell on my knees. Okay, then I said, let me look up in that revelation to see the voice that called my name, Jane, 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 3 times, that called my name. I am that I am. I will always be with you. And I said, okay, let me look at where the light is coming from, is where the voice is coming from. I could not. It was shining so bright like the sun, like I could not look at it because it almost want to blind my eyes. I brought down my eyes in that revelation and I started crying, and I cried out real life. And I said, I screamed up, and I was like, I see God, I see God. God spoke to me. There is God, there is God. That was how I believe that there is God. Nobody preached to me. No pastor came to convince me. God came to me by himself and showed himself to me by speaking to me. And since ever since then till now, indeed is a covenant keeping God. He said he will always be with me. I fell into a wrong path, like I fell out of Christ for a long time as an adult, as in from teenager to a certain stage of an adult, and fall back to Him. Falling back to Him is still another encounter. He took me back. He's a covenant keeping God indeed. Like that's another story for another day, I guess. Yes, because this God is in heaven. That's what I just came here to tell someone. There's my testimony today to come to tell someone out there. If you are doubting there is no God, there is God. Don't allow anything to be deceiving you. There is God. Heaven is real. Hell is real. So be mindful of how you're living on this earth. In all you're doing, just have a fear that there is God. If you feel there is no God, then how did the blood of our parents form a child in the womb? Like, isn't that so amazing? Like, who can do that? As much as the foreigners are trying their best to do a lot of things, they can't do that. So that is it. That was how I find out that there is God. I hope this testimony gets to make someone out there that is still doubting there is no God get to know that there is God. All right, guys, cutting out right now. See you guys in my next update. Please, as I always say, stay prayerful. Prayer is the key. Even if you feel that you're not perfect, you human, we mostly judge ourselves a lot. Don't judge yourself. Constantly talk to God, even if it's silent prayer, even if it's for a second, say something to Him, because that little prayer you feel is little is going to help you in some case that you feel that you are so weak to even say a word. Thank you so much for staying up to this time. Stay blessed. Bye.